Bleach. It's one of the most influential mangas of all time, going on to inspire a lot of new gen anime. Most famous for being part of the big three all the way in 2000s when, alongside One Piece, Naruto were dominating Shonen Jump. And Naruto and One Piece have stood the test of time, still being popular after that era. And yes, Bleach is still popular, but not to the extent of One Piece and Naruto. I mean, if you look at the Jump Force cover, fucking Ichigo got cucked by Goku. But why is this? Did Bleach fall off, you may ask? But no. In fact, Thousand Year Blood War is striving as one of the most highly rated seasons in all of anime. So why is no one talking about it then? Bleach is historically known as the most dropped anime of all time with over 200,000 people. And starting off with the first reason, Bleach has a slow start compared to the big three. Now, I don't know anything about Naruto, but I know that One Piece had multiple characters joining the crew as you slowly went along, whereas Bleach followed the format of Villain of the Week for 20 episodes, and by then, most people would drop it. In fact, I nearly dropped it until my friend told me to continue going. But that's the issue. Had my friend told me to not continue watching Bleach, I would have stopped there and my Bleach journey would have just never continued. And that's because nowadays in modern shonen, or even modern shows in general, it takes about 2 or 3 episodes for people to decide now whether or not they want to watch a show. And with Bleach, not a lot of people are going to wait 20 episodes for it to get good. And overall, Bleach still has all the issues with the pacing sometimes, not always going as fast as they should be. So trust me when I say that when these episodes feel dragged out, they feel very dragged out. Now, say that you're able to make it past the first 20-ish episodes and you make it to Soul Society. It's all good from there. We get a proper introduction of Soul Society instead of hearing it from word of mouth. Rukia gets kidnapped, giving an actual purpose to the story. Ichigo activates his Bankai, and every fight is so cool. Aizen finally gets introduced to the story as well, giving us a villain that we want to hate. And then, at the end of Soul Society, the Bount arc hits. Now, for some people, you may be wondering, what is the Bount arc? Well, to be completely honest, I can't tell you, because the Bount arc is a filler arc, meaning that it is not important to the story. Now, not everyone is aware of that, so they probably just stopped at this arc because it is infamously bad. Even the creator hates all of the filler arcs in Bleach. But if you don't know what is a filler arc or not, then you're just gonna end up wasting your time for something that's not even that good in the end. Now, there's always a discussion on whether or not you should skip filler arcs, because now in modern shonen, we just don't have to worry about that. We judge everything as a whole, whereas in old shonen, we needed filler arcs to prevent the anime from catching up with the manga. But in the case with Bleach, there is a lot of filler arcs, and I mean like a lot. It makes up for about 40% of the actual show's runtime, which overall worsens the watch experience for the average person trying to just watch Bleach. There's this batch of filler episodes in Bleach during the Las Noches arc where they all fall into a hole, and you would think that this is all canon events within the story, but then I realized that it was all just filler and did not matter at all. Or take this for example, you're hyped that Ichigo is finally fighting Ulquiorra after like 100-ish episodes, and it's about to go down, and then out of nowhere we see Ichigo in his house. Like, what? It's just so out of left field, and you don't understand anything that's going on. I mean, yeah, on the bright side, at least this one's obvious that it's filler and you can just skip it, but that's like such a random place to put a filler arc. Like, you could have put it anywhere else. Like, imagine if you were actually watching Bleach weekly and then you had to stop for like a whole year because of the fact that this random ass slice of life shit is interrupting the cool fight that is supposed to be Ichigo versus Ulquiorra. Granted, Ichigo versus Ulquiorra is still one of the best fights in all of Bleach, but still, that's why it's kind of unfair to judge an anime by its filler, with some exceptions, since it's not Bleach's fault that hype gets killed because of filler. But for many people, they see it as unexcusable, which is why many people just decide to drop Bleach altogether, because they don't want to put up with all the filler. Now, there is a simple solution to this. If you go on other websites, sometimes they'll tell you which episodes are filler or not, or you could just go on Google and search up a filler list on Bleach. And to be honest, it's not that hard to tell the difference between a canon episode and a non-canon episode, most of the time. Now, say you're one of those people that managed to make it past the Arrancar saga. You notice that Ichigo loses his powers, and to get them back, they introduce the Fullbringer arc. Now, the Fullbringer arc is a somewhat controversial arc due to the fact that some people argue whether or not you should watch it. Personally, I really enjoyed the Fullbringer arc, but I'm gonna save that for another day and just say that I do recommend that you just try to watch it. Also, the opening is fire. You make it to the end of the Fullbringer arc and you may think to yourself, well, that's the end of it, right? No, there's still more issues with Bleach. That being that the Fullbringer arc is the arc before Thousand Year Blood War, and it ended all the way in 2010. Yeah, Bleach was on hiatus for 12 years, at least the anime was. So with the fact that the anime went on hiatus for about 12 years, within that span of time, the fanbase was bound to die off slowly but surely, and only remain with loyal fans. And now you may be wondering, well, is that the end of the issues with Bleach? No. There's still one big issue. When the trailer for Bleach Thousand Year Blood War came out, many people were excited for this. And then it got announced that Disney bought the rights to Bleach. But this doesn't mean that it was going to be on Disney+. This means that it was going on Hulu, just to clarify for those who don't know. And let's be honest here, no one gets Hulu just to watch anime. And if you're a Netflix watcher, you may be thinking to yourself, oh, I'll watch Bleach eventually. Nope, no you can't, because a year ago they took Bleach off of Netflix. So... And just to clarify, no, it's not on Crunchyroll either. And thanks to the poor marketing of Hulu, there are some Bleach fans who didn't even know that there were new episodes when it first came out. I mean, seriously, how do you plan to maintain a whole fanbase when they don't even know that new episodes are coming out? And it's a real shame because Thousand Year Blood War did not disappoint with the expectations that it was setting. In conclusion, the reason why so many people drop Bleach is because it suffers from a lot of old shonen tropes, being the filler and overall slow pacing of old shonen. And even when it's at its peak removing all the old problems, it's just done dirty by the marketing team at Hulu. Which is why even though Bleach Thousand Year Blood War is a masterpiece among all anime fans that watch it, it'll never get the recognition that it deserves alongside Naruto and One Piece. And the worst part of it all is that it's not tybw or Animation Studios' fault for this. It could be easy to blame the marketing team for all the issues with Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, but at the same time, Bleach did a lot of things in the past that made people want to drop it. So it's up to the watcher to determine whose fault it really is. But there is a solution to this, and it's called manning up, you freaking loser.